What do you need improvement in?
Just want to go through and win.
What is the purpose of overthinking? You're taking care of your loved one. That's how you can increase your sales.
Hello, everybody. This is Ferris.
And this is Caleb Flanor, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with the Homecare Guyz.
Caleb, man. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How was everything going with you, man, this week? How's everything going?
Man, first of all, man, it's graduation season, bro.
Yeah.
It is graduation season. It's officially graduation season. So many high schoolers, so many people graduating from college.
Right.
And this is going to be a great episode that you do want to tune into, especially if you're a high school graduate that's actually looking for a career choice. We got some things that's coming. We're going to be talking about the top 10 career choices for high schoolers to consider as well. So, Caleb.
Well, you know what? That's a great thing because, you know, I wish actually, you know, when I graduated high school, I would at least known about some of the top 10 careers. Yeah. And so I think they're great. But let's go back to graduation. Do you actually remember like one of your, I guess how you were feeling during graduation and that whole experience of you graduating high school or college? Or
first of all, man, graduating from high school I felt a sense of relief because I was like, oh my gosh, man, like these 12 years or 13 years for me because I got put back. It's finally over. I felt like I was getting ready to go through and start life. A lot of fun memories with our classmates and everything. But it was just, I was so ready. I was so ready to start life.
Well, same for me. I had a lot of excitement. I think one thing I really miss about high school is those spicy chicken Fridays. Those spicy chicken sandwich Fridays. Oh my goodness, we used to run through the halls fair just run and get a spicy chicken sandwich.
It was so carefree back then.
It was.
Even though we felt like, oh my gosh, life was coming out, even though I felt like life was coming down and so much responsibility. They ain't had no responsibility in high school. Not no real responsibility.
And then famous Amos cookies in the morning. But let me stop about the food. But you know, after that, I think one of the nervous parts was taking the SAT scores and the ACTs and trying to figure out what you're going to do with your life. And so a lot of these high schoolers really have to figure out what they want to do.
Exactly.
Whether it's going to college, going to the military. And I know you went military route.
I went to college first.
You did go to college first.
Then military.
Then military. And I went straight to college. So, yeah, and I did out of state. So there's a lot of decisions these high schoolers have to make, you know, the in-state tuition, out of state schools and everything. So, yeah.
And Kevin, I think this is such a crucial conversation because a lot of times, a lot of people, they don't have guidance on what to do, how to apply for college, where to go, what are my career choices. I didn't know I needed college for this. Like, it's so many different things. So hopefully this conversation that we have today can kind of bridge the gap between, or at least start the conversation that kids can have with their mom, their dad, or a mentor, or somebody can help guide them on to their career choices as well.
Well, that sounds like a plan. Well, let's go and dive into our conversation. Our conversation is top 10 career choices for high school graduates. And so if you are a high school graduate or if you know someone, definitely tag this video, share this video with them so they could be aware of actually some of the choices that we have. And so we broke it down into how do we break down this segment, Ferris? We broke down the careers into like what?
Yeah, so we broke it down to two different segments. So a lot of people, they don't know of career choices that may not require as much college. There's a lot of career choices out there that just require 2 years of training or school, and some that actually require 4-year or advanced degrees. So the first we're going to go through and talk about those careers that actually require 2 years of college or technical school or training as well. And the first
2 years or less, right?
2 years or less.
Okay, got it.
And the first one to talk about is plumbing.
Oh yeah,
Caleb, I think so many times people, they underestimate those skill careers. They underestimate the ability to go through and create wealth.
Those trade skills.
Oh my gosh, electrician and plumbing, but plumbing in particular. Every house has that plumbing.
Oh yeah,
we got some plumbing. We got some commercial plumbing going on right now in our building,
and spending plenty of money.
To go through and actually get it done, because this is something that's always going to be in demand, regardless of how technology is. You're going to have boots on the ground, people laying down pipes, people going through and actually figuring out what's going on, and these can be lucrative careers as well.
Exactly. I think you know what, like most people don't think about these careers, but they're needed until your toilet stop working, until your sink start backing up. You know, you be like, oh my goodness, I need to call a plumber. So a plumber is a great skill, a great career.
And on top of that, this is what we call blue collar jobs. Blue collar jobs, and there are a lot of people that are becoming blue collar entrepreneurs, and blue collar millionaires because they are actually taking their skill set and creating a job opportunity from it. They're becoming plumbers first, and then what they're doing is realizing there's a business behind it, and they're hiring other plumbers as well. So if you're a high school graduate, if you're thinking about a career field, do not underestimate the power of becoming a plumber as well, because that would be a surefire. If you have work ethic, it's a surefire to go through and make some great income.
Exactly. One of the other careers is LPN, so you can get that as a trade school or a vocational school. LPN stands for Licensed Practical Nursing. That's something that I just recently completed. And so it's like a 1-year program. And so you are an assistant to pretty much like you're a nurse, but more so like does the assistant care for from a registered nurse. So the registered nurse does a lot of the assessments and the LPN does the skills. And so, yeah, so that's a great, quick career. You know, do your, it's like a 1-year program. And so I would encourage, especially if you want to get a nursing career, definitely start off as an LPN or a CNA and then move up to your registered nurse.
And then as an LPN, of course, one thing, you're getting more hands-on. So as an RN is more administrative. LPN, especially if you have an interest in actually going through and actually becoming hands-on with your patients, meaning bedside, meaning make sure they're getting their medications. You're one step above from actually, after you earn your CNA, that's one step above, but right before the RN as well. So the LPNs, they're in high demand. And an LPN career, you can start off making a minimum $40,000 per year. Oh, yeah. And that's a really good, actually, on demand. If you desire to go through and travel, there's plenty of travel nursing opportunities as well as an LPN as well. And it's called an LPN in Georgia, but there are LVNs in other states as well. Exactly.
Let's talk about the next career is HVAC specialist.
Man.
So tell me about HVAC. What is HVAC anyway?
Man, so HVAC specialists, these are individuals that actually work on your air conditioning units. They have heating, air. They're going through and working on refrigerants as well. There's so much opportunity when it comes to HVAC that's unrealized. Right. I have a nephew who went to a technical school to get his HVAC certification. Actually, our brother-in-law actually went to school while he got his 4-year degree as an engineer, but also he had his HVAC as well. A lot of times what's happening is right now, a lot of people that are attaining 4-year degrees, they're realizing that there's something left on the table when it comes to those skills as well. So even though he's an engineer, he went and got his HVAC. He went and got his certification in refrigerant as well. And you can make a ton of money doing that as well. Because Caleb, guess what? Just think about these restaurants out here. If their freezer goes down and they have all this food that they purchase, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of meats and vegetables as well, it can only be down for so long, right, before they have to go through and discard the food. So who are they calling?
HVAC specialists, and those are high demand jobs.
Yes,
and so now you pretty much kind of you're giving them the price that you're naming your price. Yes. You're really naming your price. And think about these hot summers in Georgia. Yes. Oh my goodness gracious, these hot summers in Georgia, you need air conditioning.
Yes,
and so definitely HVACs, they install the air conditioning units, etc. So that's a great career as well.
And then most people can get that from a local technical school, and they have programs that range from 1 year to 2 years as well.
Wow.
And just like I said, once you go through and get that degree and get with the company to get some on-the-job training, that could be an entrepreneur endeavor as well. If you desire as well, you can start a business while doing HVAC as well. But it's about getting the experience as well.
Listen, we're getting these high schoolers ready and trained for a business in the future. That's what I'm talking about. The next career is truck driving. Bruh. Truck driving, that's less than a year. That's less than a year program.
It's about 3 months.
Exactly. So you start off, I think the first couple of years you have to work for a truck company. Definitely get your skills, get everything squared away, and that is a lucrative career. They typically start up between $40,000 to $60,000 a year. Yeah, and so I would say definitely think about truck driving. Truck driving is an industry that is a recession-proof industry. Actually,
it is, and all these careers that we just said—the plumbing, the LVN or LPN, the truck driver. These are not gender-specific careers. You could be male or female. There are plenty of female truck drivers out there that's killing the game.
Yes,
it's killing the game, especially if you're single. We're talking to our high schoolers that are just coming out of school. If you have not thought about what you're doing, let's say if you're still considering college, but you feel like you're not ready for college right now, but you're ready to go through and actually start earning on your own as well.
Yes.
I think truck driving schools, I think it's about 6 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. You can go through and actually get the training. You can go through and actually become a two-person driver, get that experience, because the earlier you get the experience, the more money you can make in the long run as well. But truck drivers, they make it.
Man, I wish someone taught me. I wish someone just told me this, man. I mean, I think I probably had so many certifications and so many licenses, because like a 6 to 8 week, I don't care if it's 10 weeks.
Correct.
10-week course out of high school, you're making $40,000. A lot of people going to college, working, getting a 4-year degree, still not finding a job. And so now we're showing you ways on how you can go in and get a successful career, have a successful career in less than a year. This is amazing.
And Caleb,
in months.
Just put in perspective, most graduates graduate in June. So you're telling me by the end of August, you can have a career.
Wow.
You can be on a career path.
Wow.
That means you could be making some income, having your own health insurance, getting out on the road, seeing the world, going through and actually funding your own career path. In 6 months from graduating. And then on top of that, you can still go to school. You can go to school online and get that 4-year degree if that's what you desire to do. Or you can make it a career, get that experience. And just like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. Get that experience, work really hard for somebody else for 3 to 5 years, learn the game, and start your own as well.
First, let me ask you a question. So all this stuff that we're giving to others, I know we got one more and then we'll go into the 4-year. But would you do your life differently? Like now, like all the stuff that you know, like from truck driving to LPN to HVAC to plumbing, like how would you have a different trajectory if you would have graduated high school?
I think that knowing what I know now, it would have opened up other opportunities for me, because the only thing we learned about in high school was you become a doctor, lawyer, teacher. And it was like these 4-year degrees. And I went to college, and it took me, I think, 8 years to finish a 4-year degree, because I kept going in and changing my career, changing my major. So if I knew what I knew now, I think I would have been focused on one thing. I'd have been, instead of trying to go through and do all the stuff, I think that I would have been more so focused on something. I don't know what I'd be focused on at that point. But like right now, I'd probably be some type of therapist. I would probably be like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but at least the opportunity, we're giving you the opportunities and we're giving you options right now. So you can kind of learn and figure out what you like and then what you want to do and then go after it. We want you to go after it. We have one more career, which is pretty much entails a lot of careers, which is sales, the sales industry. So from car sales to real estate sales to insurance sales, all of these things, this is an exciting career. You can graduate. Once you turn 18 or so, you can graduate high school and you can start in these careers. I think insurance sales maybe 75-hour course, real estate real estate is 75 hours. So different sales, and these are just a matter of a few months, and you can go in and start a great successful career, a great successful career in sales. And so those are your 5 top careers under 2 years, 2 years or less.
And then, Caleb, one thing when it comes to sales is anybody who's in sales, especially who get really good at it, they can really write their ticket to the income, the potential that they would desire to have. Right. So regardless if you're in insurance sales, car sales, or whatever type of sales, pharmaceutical sales, there's plenty people who can sell. That means they can be relationships.
Right.
And again, this is something I would go through and actually advise, especially if you're as a high school graduate. If you're interested in actually going through and getting in sales, I would find a great atmosphere, meaning a great environment that's going to go through and foster coaching, that's going to foster you to go through and actually learn the skills that's going to send you those different classes, those courses that's going to allow you to grow as a person. Because yes, we may have to get the gab right now, but there's some other things that we need to learn along the way: how to close, how to go through and suggest a sale, a lot of different sales methods as well. Right. But especially for those that are not saying, I want to go to college right now, or I don't want to go through and go to this trade school, get with a company that has a really good environment when it comes to the sales.
And a good training program as well.
I think that'll go through and boost that career, and you'll be able to accelerate so quick as well.
Exactly. I remember when I was doing real estate, I joined a brokerage firm, didn't really get a lot of hands-on training. But when I went to another brokerage, they gave me a hands-on training. So I think training is so important. Just to shout out Keller Williams. Keller Williams has a great training program as well, and just different brokerage firms. So whether you're in insurance, sales, or even if you are, selling cars, you want to make sure you find a coach that's going to really teach you how to close the deal so you can kind of be successful in your career.
Exactly.
So let's dive into these 4-year careers.
Exactly. And before we dive into that, I want you to go through and right now take a moment to go through and like our page. Go ahead and like this page. Go ahead and put a comment in there. Let us know where you're actually tuning in from. Let us know what career path that you chose as well after you got out of high school, whether you went to college first, whether you got into the job market, whether you went to a 2-year institution, whether you got some training. Let us know right now. And then let's go and jump into the 4-year. Let's go
4 years. That 4 years. So pretty much you're going to a traditional college. Nurse practitioners, especially registered nurses, those are great high demand careers right now, especially when you're a travel nurse, like we talked about with the LPN. But the RN it's pretty much a 2 or 4 year degree, as well as the nurse practitioner maybe a 6-year. So I would encourage you to get into the nursing field. The nursing field is hot. It's coming in hot. It's coming in hot. So it's a hot career. And I would encourage you, if you have a passion about helping others, love learning and caring for others, you want to definitely get in the nursing field.
And then one thing in particular to the nurse practitioner field, Caleb, one thing I realized that a lot of people do not realize the position that a nurse practitioner is in. Right. The nurse practitioner, they can go through and operate and kind of do some of the same things that a physician can do. Because again, they're registered nurse by trade, but they went and got that advanced degree. That means they went and got that master's or that next level degree, and so now they can go through and actually start their own practice.
Right.
A lot of nurse practitioners, they specialize in geriatrics or pediatrics. They may have general practice as well. I actually interviewed a young lady out in Houston, Texas, where she had her own practice as well as a nurse practitioner in her early 20s. Started her own practice. I think there's some stipulations you have to have in certain states. There's different stipulations.
Right.
And but as a nurse practitioner, you have the liberty to go through and actually chart your own pathway, and you have the liberty to go through and actually serve individuals at a higher level as well. It's not just working in a clinical setting in a hospital or in a doctor's office. You can actually have your own practice if that's what you desire.
Exactly. Yeah, you are a practitioner, so I love that.
Exactly. The second one is an educator. Now, we always talk about teachers and educators because education is so important. We need someone to go through and actually assist with training our next generation. And that's one thing I realized as educators, if you're an educator, especially nowadays, if you're an educator, it's in your heart. Yeah. It's not just a job to you, it's really in your heart, especially if you stick in more than 10 years, it's definitely in your heart. So shout out to the educators right there. But if you're a high school student and let's say if you've been impacted by an educator and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be like Mr. So-and-so or Miss So-and-so, go through and think about that career path. There's so many different universities out there, a lot of HBCUs out there that produce dynamic educators as well. So that is a career path that's going to always be in demand as well.
Well, I always remember one of my favorite teachers that really impacted my life was Miss Sutton. And so if I'd ever had to be, Miss Sutton was like the best math algebra teacher. So she taught me algebra, and so it was amazing. So teachers really impact lives. And really, I think that with their careers, they just really, they may not know how much value and how much impact they have had on students' lives. And so if you really want to make an impact on and touch our next generation, become an educator. We need great teachers right now. We need great teachers in this season.
Man, well, our next one is the dental hygienist. And I know I said 4-year degrees, but most dental hygienists program about 2 years degrees. They're considered like the LPN or almost like the RN for the, maybe like more so like the RN for the dental field, because we all hear about actually becoming a doctor, a dentist, and dentists are needed. But one thing I learned, one of my homegirls, she's a dentist, and I never forget when she told me, she was like, man, dental hygienists are in high demand and they can write their ticket. You can really go through and write your ticket as a dental hygienist because the dentist wants to go through and do the things that the physician does. The dental hygienist, they will go in and do the cleanings. They'll be able to go in and do the other things that they do. And this is a demand. I think they're growing. I think 18,000 new dental hygienist jobs come available each year.
Wow.
And dental hygienists, they can make them starting off between $60,000 to $70,000 a year as a dental hygienist.
Wow.
And so that is a huge career. And actually, one of our good friends actually became a dental hygienist.
Yeah, Faith Cummins. She's just graduated with her dental hygienist. She passed her state board.
When you were in high school, did anybody ever talk to you about becoming a dental hygienist?
No. We, like I said, like the nurse, lawyer, doctor, teacher. That's all we knew about. Like we didn't know about too many other careers, and that's one thing we want to really just expose our high school students and let them know, hey, these are the top careers that we have found out.
Exactly.
That are in high demand right now. And so definitely, I want y'all to definitely write some of these things down and really take it into effect.
Exactly.
And because most people go to school, you want to they major in business or they major in all these other things. Yes, do what you love, but these are the careers right now that are in high demand, and you can really write your own ticket.
Exactly.
Let's talk about therapy services. So you got speech therapy, occupational therapy, as well as physical therapy, and then you have those assistants program, which is a speech and language pathology assistant, the physical therapist assistant, or the occupational therapist assistant. And so these are 4-year degrees as well, 2 to 4 year degrees, as well as you can write your own ticket. Any kind of therapy services, you are really in a high demand. You can work for home health, nursing homes, long-term care facilities, skilled nursing facilities. And so I want you to know that these are great, exciting careers. And if you are passionate about just kind of rehabbing people, making sure that they are back functional in optimal health, you want to definitely get into therapy services.
Exactly. And Caleb, one thing, especially as a speech therapist, as the occupational therapist, as a physical therapist, of course, that takes an advanced degree. You have to have that 4-year, and it takes an advanced degree for those. But just like you said, the assistants, these careers can be actually started within 2 years.
2 to 4 years.
2 to 4 years for that. And for those type of things right there, as a therapist, their therapists, they start off making about $80,000 per year. they have the flexibility to work in long-term care facilities or in a home setting.
Right.
A lot of therapists are entrepreneurially driven as well. A lot of people, what they do is they go in and get the experience inside a unit, a hospital, long-term care, and then they actually branch out on their own, or they can work in the school system. There's so many opportunities for therapy. And just like you said, as healthcare continues to advance and as we continue to age in place, as the baby boomers continue to go through and retire, people are falling, people are having strokes, people are having other illnesses that require therapy services, and this is just going to go through and continue to be an on-demand career path. So if no one has ever told you anything about any therapy services, consider your occupational therapist. Those are the ones that kind of help people get back to those daily functions, teaching people how to go through and brush their teeth, teaching people how to go through and comb their hair, teach people how to bathe again.
Right.
And your physical therapists, those are individuals that are going through, make sure those range of motion, they're going through and helping you get those range of motion back. And your speech therapists, those are individuals in a clinical setting, they're helping people that have had strokes get that speech and language back. Make sure that, and some of them are audio individuals as well, and swallowing, or in an educational setting, they're helping children or people that have different speech impediments get to optimum speech as well. But these are career paths that is actually it's in high demand.
Last but not least is the pharmacists. You know, the pharmacists. So everywhere you turn, you see a Walgreens, you see a CVS, you see Walmart. Everybody. So everybody's on medication, and then every commercial that you have on TV talks about some kind of drug.
That's it.
And so yes, our pharmacies is in high demand. So that is definitely over a 4-year degree.
Yes.
Definitely, you are a physician. You are a doctorate in pharmacy, and so definitely that's an exciting career. Most pharmacists start off around $128, $120,000 a year. So definitely, if you're interested in really just kind of getting to the world of pharmacy, you know, that's a hot career right now. So but believe it or not, Ferris, if you look at a lot of these careers are in healthcare.
Yeah.
So from the therapy services to the LPNs to the registered nurses to the pharmacists to all these other skilled nurses cases, a lot of them are in healthcare. So healthcare is hot.
Yeah, it's hot, and it is not cooling down anytime soon.
No.
And because the way the world is, and this is careers that can go through and transfer across the county line, across the state line. You can go through and travel. You can go through and actually really get your license transferred to other states. And that's one thing that as a high school graduate, I know you have so many things that you have to go through and decide. And we're not saying right now you have to make a decision. One thing we're saying is go through and actually explore your options as well. Right. Don't just go through because your mom said do this or your dad said do that or the Homecare Guyz said do this. Go through and start Googling. Go through and actually ask. If you know a therapist, ask them about their career path. Ask them if you can shadow them. If you know a nurse, ask them, because you want to go through and make the decision on your life and your career path that you're on as well. And
I wish, especially coming out of high school, that I would have did an internship maybe with a speech therapist or an internship with a nurse or, you know, or a home care company or just something like that to allow me to introduce myself into that world. And so I would encourage, especially if you are thinking about any kind of trade, a plumbing, electrician, you know, definitely go with your cousins who's an electrician. Speak to a plumbing company. See, can you do an internship, you know, and see if it's something that you like. Yeah. Because if it's something that you like, truck driving, you know, hey, you know, I don't ride along with someone if it's possible. Yeah. Ride along and then learn about, you know, if it's something that you can really do. Because you may say, you know what, I could only do short distance. I don't want to drive to Pennsylvania every day, you know. And so you want to just kind of learn your field, and then the more you learn it, and you'll be more excited about it, and you'll really pursue it and get your goal accomplished.
Exactly. And Caleb, I want to throw one more bonus out there. I know we mentioned 10. I want to go through and mention a bonus. I didn't know this until I went through and did some research. I didn't know you can become a pilot without having a 4-year degree.
Whoa! So stop it.
So most people, I was like, so most people think that you have to go through and have a 4-year degree to become a pilot. You can go through and get your private pilot's license from a local regional training program. They have instructional pilot trainers that you can go through and get your hours in your classroom time. And I think within like 6 months, you can go through and have that down packed.
What?
But also, I know that when it comes to actually getting your different, they call it instrument license. So as you go through an advance and get higher level instruments, that allows you to actually fly bigger planes or private planes. So if you want to become a private plane pilot for, let's say, some rich guy or some
Rick Ross, right?
Exactly. You can go through and actually do that. And it do not take that 4-year degree. I know a lot of commercial airlines, they do require 4-year degrees to go through and actually fly some of their jets and their planes as well. But again, just think about it. You could be 18 years old, and before you turn 19, you can have your pilot's license.
Wow.
You can be up in the sky flying high.
Well, Ferris, are you going to work on your pilot license?
Yes. Man, I've been so motivated. Shout out to Kurt Flanoy down here in Millersville, owns Chick-fil-A. He got his private pilot's license. Shout out to Kevin Pope. He's a state trooper, got his private pilot's license as well. And so I was looking at a Facebook post and I saw those guys and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's been something I've been putting off. My wife's like, hey, do not put it off any longer. So before the end of this year is my goal, as I'm turning 40, to go through and actually get my private pilot's license and to get up in the sky and fly, man.
Well, that's what's up. Well, listen, as long as you take me to Martha's Vineyard or Savannah for dinner or for breakfast or something, or for lunch or something like that, I would love that. Say, Ferris, hey, we're gonna take the plane. We're gonna go to Savannah for dinner.
Let's go, man. Awesome. Let's get it.
Well, hope you enjoyed this 10 exciting careers for high school students that are hot. Definitely, I want you to tune into our weekly episodes, Conversation with the Homecare Guyz. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we put out new episodes. And I hope this episode was great. And I want to say congratulations to all of our graduates.
Yes.
If you are a high school graduate, if you know a high school graduate, tag this video. This is some valuable information for them. I know they're going to benefit from it, as well as college graduates. You know, you may have chosen an exciting career. Definitely, we want to know about what career you've chosen.
Yes.
So definitely put a comment below so we can kind of we can converse and give some feedback. Exactly. We're excited just to hear from you.
Man, again, just like Kevin said, congratulations, guys. The world is your oyster. You can go through and do anything. Make the decision today to go through and start investing time to the decision making for your career and just start walking down that path and watch how the world opens up for you. So again, congratulations from the Homecare Guyz. Have a wonderful week.
Have a good one.